to the Wellness Village. This is Lydia, and this episode is brought to you by NutriDirect.com. We have with us today the founder and owner of Supervitalfoods.com, and her name is Viviana Miza, and we are just so honored to have her. How's it going, Viviana?
Thank you so much for having me. Doing great, thank you.
Great. So I love your products. I'm such a huge fan. And what I'd like to do first is just kind of figure out how did you get into health, and where did your passion come from?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm originally from Santiago, Chile, South America, and came to the United States when I was about 10 years old because my mom married somebody from the United States, from Texas. And so basically, I used to live a really healthy lifestyle back home. I didn't know it after, I came to the U.S. But, we had our own chickens in our backyard. We would go to the farmer's market every single day with my grandmother, and made home-cooked foods, things like that. And then when we came to the United States, my mother, she thought, adopting the American lifestyle, was a good thing. And so she basically, started buying a lot of processed foods, and we would, my first experience was here in the United States trying fast food. I had never even heard, before I came here, of a McDonald's or a Burger King, things like that. So anyway, so got here when I was 10, and started trying all the food. I had no choice. My mom was the one who was basically buying all the foods and taking me everywhere. And really soon after, maybe about 3 months after, I started eating the American kind of conventional life, the foods. I started experiencing really low energy, and I felt really bad. And at the time, I didn't know because I was 10 years old, and until I went back to Chile. We went back to Chile about 8 months later and started eating again, pretty healthy, going to the farmer's market again, the same really healthy lifestyle, and started to feel good again. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, when we came back to the United States again, because I've been back and forth, again, just eating processed foods, things like that, and I was already 12, almost 13 years old, and that's when, after about 6 months, my health just deteriorated quite a bit. And by the time I was 14, I just felt terrible. I felt terrible, and I didn't know why. Then I went back to Chile again, and just ate right again and felt great until I came back to the United States when I was about 18. And, felt really terrible again because I wasn't eating right. And then at that point is when I decided, I was older, okay, this has something to do with my diet, with the way that I'm eating. And so I started to investigate, did a lot of research, read a lot of books, went initially to school and decided, I'm going to take some nutrition classes, things like that. But, later found out that a lot of these nutrition classes were all conventional kind of, nutritional wisdom that wasn't really working for me because I tried it for a while. And so in the end, I went back to basics. I went back to the way that I grew up. And I realized, this whole time I knew what I was supposed to be doing. And basically, just started incorporating organic food, found out of, all the negative things that are involved in the food, industry here in the United States, especially. And so, just started buying organic. Started learning about genetically modified foods, at the age of 18, and so basically just changed my life from one day to the next. I started buying everything at health food stores, and little by little, I regained my health. I had terrible hormonal issues, thyroid problems, depression, things like that, because of the way that, the type of diet that I was following, that most people are following, unfortunately, nowadays. So it took me, about a year to get back into the health that I had experienced when I was little, when I was really following that whole food type of lifestyle, So Yeah, that's pretty much my story. And ever
Really,
since
really
then,
love
I've
that story
passion.
because I love hearing that you have the intuition to know what your body needed. So a lot of times the conventional approach also includes, medications, and you have a thyroid issue, there's a medication for that. So I love that you were able to be intuitive enough to figure out that it was what you were consuming and not a medication deficiency that you had.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
So when did you start the business?
So it wasn't an intentional thing. Actually, I was just, it was about 3 years ago. I was looking for convenient but really high quality, superfood nutritional products that could support my overall health and fitness. I love fitness. I'm super into it. Work out every single day. And I started looking at all of the kind of junk whey proteins out there and things like that. And I had a really hard time, even though there was a few good ones, that were coming from grass-fed cows, things like that. I was having a really hard time finding the quality that I wanted because for over 10 years now, I've been extremely picky on all of the products that I buy, to feed my body. I just want to put the best stuff in my body. So, just started looking for amazing sources, got connected to some amazing people, and decided to start, buying those products in bulk quantities for myself initially, started taking them, tried them for over a year, and I saw really amazing differences in certain things, my energy levels, muscle, just, I was able to build muscle quicker, and it just felt great,
Right.
and I thought to myself, well, I could, I had quite a few family members and friends asking me, well, can I, buy some from you? Can I, this is great, because I would let them try it and things. And then I thought, well, I think it'd be a great idea to offer it to everybody. I think it would be a disservice to, not offer it to everybody out there. So that's kind of how Supervitalfoods got started.
Cool. So I love this on your website. It says a truly healthy whey protein begins with the health of the cows. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for us, all of our products are beyond organic, non-GMO, soy-free for our whey proteins, they're RBGH-free, all that stuff. It starts with the health of the cows because for us, it starts with the main thing, which is, first of all, the health of the soil, where the cows are eating their grasses and herbs and things. So we wanted to find, a milk source that was, first of all, 100% grass-fed for our whey protein, and, that where the cows were actually healthy. They're living their natural lifestyle. We don't want to support any type of conventional, dairy, farming, things like that, because that's just terrible. I think it's not the natural lifestyle of the cows. So starts with the health of the cows. That's critical. If you don't have, nutrient-rich source that starts from the ground up, then you're not going to get a better end product. So for us, it's critical for the roots of the product that it has to come from a nutrient-rich source, a clean, pure, really amazing, high-quality place. So.
Okay, cool. And I might have missed it, but where did you say that the cows are raised?
The whey protein comes from New Zealand. It's actually one of the only places that we were able to find in the world where we could find whey protein that comes from all year-round grass-fed cows that are grown in their natural environment, that are not injected with any type of growth hormones or antibiotics or anything like that. And then the process is also very gentle. We go through a very gentle processing to turn the whey into the powder to make sure that the amino acids are not denatured, which is something to me that was very important after researching a lot about the way that amino acids will become denatured. just like a polyunsaturated omega-3 fatty acid. They're very sensitive, so you need to be careful in the way that that the protein is processed. So yeah, many whey proteins out there, are very highly processed. They go through really aggressive processing, and that's what denatures a lot of these amino acids in the protein. So I was looking for a quality protein that was made with very low temperature processing, very gentle process to make sure that all of the amino acids were not denatured. So that was really important to me, and obviously, it had to come from 100% grass-fed cows. It had to be hormone-free, RBGH-free, non-GMO things, all of that, and it's soy-free as well, which was an important part for me because I don't believe soy is very good for you, and so I didn't even want small quantity in the less than most whey proteins have it, I didn't want it there at all, and so it's soy-free as well. So, yeah.
Great. Well, can you tell us about some of the benefits that someone can expect when they start supplementing protein or whey protein into their diet?
Well, protein is basically a component in every cell of our body. It's very important. It's a macronutrient, something that we need quite a bit of in comparison to like a micronutrient like vitamins and minerals. We don't need too much of the minerals and things like that. Protein is a macronutrient, so it's important to ingest it every day. For somebody who's an athlete or an exercise enthusiast, who's working out every day, it's a great post-workout, convenient way to get your protein to help you recover, to help you build muscle, and that's specifically why I was looking for great quality protein, for myself, was because I tend to work out every day and it's pretty heavy, and I was sometimes, even though I would have just, a steak or a piece of chicken breast or something like that after a workout. You can do that as well, obviously. But for me, it was like, I wanted something that was easier for my body to assimilate all that protein. So with protein powders, that's the great thing about it, is that, it's a liquid, you make shakes, things like that, and so your body's able to absorb all the protein right away, pretty much, like, a lot easier than like a steak. And so I've noticed recovery time is a lot quicker for me. It used to be, that I used to weight train. It used to take me about 3 days sometimes to recover. Now, within a day, I'm fine, and that's been the biggest difference. With a grass-fed, low-temperature processed whey protein, another thing that people can experience is, some of the other benefits would be immune system benefits. So it helps to regulate the immune system because it has, our protein is a concentrate, so the concentrates have the immunoglobulins, the antibodies there, to help, regulate, support a healthy immune system. So that's, another one of the benefits that you get. And of course, protein is critical for building muscle, for bones, cartilage, for skin, for blood. I mean, it's critical. It's very important. So if we get a good quality protein that's convenient, that's the other thing, plus ideally, I mean, if you want to get a truly raw, whey protein, you could just get the liquid whey. But in all reality, most people, they also want convenience, and that's kind of what I was looking for, since I'm very busy, I'm looking to nourish my body the best possible way, but I also sometimes need a quick meal. I can't take forever and go through all these processes, to make myself a really healthy, nutrient-dense meal. So, it's convenient, and yeah, it's just a great way, appetite. It helps you to regulate your appetite as well. So
definitely, yeah, it's definitely a lot easier to have some of your protein after a workout than to try to get some, boiled eggs carried with me in a bag, or you know, like you said, a steak or a piece of chicken. It's so much easier and it's so delicious. I love your protein. It's so good.
Thank you. Thanks.
So tell us about where we can find you. I already said your website, supervitalfoods.com, right?
Yeah, you can go to our website, supervitalfoods.com. We have the product in just a limited amount of places. Here in Utah, we have it in all of the real food markets. But you know, we're mainly online, so just go to our site and you can read all about it and you know, purchase the Whey there.
Great. And then you have recipes as well that you post to some of your Instagram. Is that right? And your
Yeah, we have some great recipes on our website. I'm all about, you know, getting amazing nutrition, but also having it taste good. It has to taste good for me to maintain that for a long term, you know. So we have some recipes on our website. Every so often we post recipes, you know, on our Facebook page, Instagram, things like that. So.
Great. Well, thank you so much for visiting with us today. You've taught me a whole lot, and I love everything that your business stands for. You're a great example of how to take care of our health, and so I really appreciate that.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Lydia, for having me.
All right.
Great. Well, thank you. It's nice talking to you.
You too. We'll see you later.
Okay, see ya. Bye-bye.